Hello, Virgo, and thank you for taking the time to listen to this message. So, this is just a general collective energy message for the remainder of the month of October. I will have the new moon in Libra readings coming out in the very near future. Let's take a peek and see what energies are showing up for you. Let's see what energies are showing up. This first message is from the universe has your back, and this is just showing the energy that is supporting you at this time. Energy flows where my intention goes. So I do feel it's important for you to be mindful of your thought process, the energy that you have, like if you're feeling or seeing or recognizing, being aware of any lower vibrational energies. I do suggest really taking a look at that and shifting that energy in a more positive direction, focusing on things that are happening and working out, or things that you are working on. When I'm in alignment with the love of the universe, peace cannot be disrupted. And again, there's that validation of, focusing on the good things, the things that are going well, the things that are moving smoothly. I'm feeling like if you do see that energy rising up, of lower vibration, stress, frustration, anything like that, change, switch up, change directions, focus on the things that are happening or the things that you have control over versus the things that you don't, that will more benefit you, I feel, throughout the remainder of this month. Let's see what energies want to show up for the sign of Virgo for the remainder of October. So more energy. What energy is showing up here? I have two that stuck up, so I'm going to pull them both, or that came up. So the Four of Pentacles to the Knight of Swords. I feel with the Four of Pentacles, that gives me that feeling of that lower vibrational energy I was tapping into or feeling. I do feel like there's something in the past, like some sort of nostalgic thing that you keep looking back to. I don't feel like you have clarity on something. That's just how I'm feeling. Yeah, some sort of heartbreak that happened in the past. Three of Swords. What was underneath there? The High Priestess to the Prince of Wands. So I am feeling intuitively you knew something. I feel like you're looking back, like reminiscing about things in the past, maybe where, before this heartbreak or before, um, something like that. I feel like it was before, something went down, something happened, some sort of shift or change. With the Knight of Swords, I feel like there was like something that wasn't clear, like some truth or information that you didn't know. I feel like that's coming in quickly for you. I feel like you're going to get some sort of validation on that as well. So I kind of feel like it's an healed or an area in your life or an experience that happened to you in the past where you didn't exactly get all the truth and the clarity, but I do feel intuitively you knew something was off, something was wrong. I do feel like there was a lot of heartbreak associated with this. I feel like you made a choice and a decision to go in a different direction. And, for whatever reason, this is coming up right now for the remainder of this month. I feel like you're looking back on that energy and information. I'm also feeling or that experience, but I'm also feeling that there is some sort of information that is coming in for you. I kind of feel like it's going to give you that validation of like knowing like your intuition was right. You trusted yourself and very wise choice and decision. I do feel like it comes in quickly for you. I feel like the energy ultimately shifts quite in quickly as well. I felt like saying intensely. That's the word that was like trying to come out of my mouth um, when this news or information comes in, because I feel like it shifts something and removes a block, right? Because I'm seeing the magician here and I'm feeling like it's time for you, that new path. I feel like you are manifesting something that is coming through or coming in as a result of knowing, being clear. Like I feel like it clears up your mind space for whatever reason. So take what resonates, release what doesn't. There you go. Eight of Cups. And the Eight of Cups talks about walking away, right? It talks about moving towards happiness, the star, the beautiful, rainbow, whatever this is, it's a higher vibrational frequency. I do feel like that news or information assists you in helping you move past this situation. When I'm looking at all these cups, I'm seeing 5 cups standing and I'm seeing 3 cups laying down. So with the 3 of cups, this and those cups are spilled over. There's nothing left. Cups represent feelings, emotions, relationships, and fives represent challenges, right? So I feel like you've overcome a challenge in regards to, like I said, feelings, a relationship, could be more than one relationship where there it's just no salvaging that. And that could have been what you kept looking back at, right? Like maybe you were thinking, is there a way to salvage this? Can this be repaired? And all of that sort of energy. But I'm feeling like this is an energy saying, I'm leaving this in the past. I've overcome this challenge. I've moving forward. There's nothing left in those cups. Like you don't have the feelings, the emotions aren't there. Maybe you just don't feel the same. And look, another cup energy. 4 of cups. What's underneath the 4 of cups? 4 of cups to the 7 of cups to the 9 of cups. This would absolutely be that indication of you're filling your cup back up. This is like balancing, centering yourself, coming back to um, your authentic self, moving away from that 7 of cups, which can be confusion, imbalance. You see the 4 here, the 3 there, and then bringing you towards a wish fulfillment. So I do feel like you have gone through something that does feel quite intense as far as your emotional realm goes. I feel like this is clarity, or this is information that is just, I feel validating that you made the right choice and the right decision of whatever this is that you walked away from, because I do feel like it was blocking something for you, blocking some sort of manifestation, even staying stuck in that energy of like reminiscing, right? Like that holds that, it tethers you to those feelings, that time, that experience. I've said this in another reading. I don't think it was for these, but recently, where, it's like if you keep replaying that same heartbreak, that situation over and over, it's almost like re traumatizing yourself each and every time. I don't feel like this reading is that to that extent or that intense, but I do feel like it did quite a bit of emotional, there was quite a bit of emotional damage that was done during that experience. It does feel like a situation where it was quite heartbreaking. It could have been about some sort of news or information or just a conversation that someone had, and they recognized and realized that, there was not an alignment there, that it wasn't what they thought or what they believed. And I do feel like they've had to heal from that energy. And there's that energy right there where it's talking about focusing on the good, focusing on the future, focusing on what you desire, not what you don't want, because you don't want to manifest that in. And when I'm seeing the magician showing up, it is showing manifestation. So the 4 of Pentacles, there's that reminiscing, there's that 10 of Swords. This talks about a betrayal in the past, something that got completed out, something that was ended, the Death card, something you had to go through a transformation. Look, the Death card, I'll do it like this. The Death card, right? You ended it so you could begin a new cycle. You've brought justice to a situation, or justice is being brought to a situation. The scales are being balanced. This is Libra energy. We are in Libra season. Libra does talk about balance and harmony within relationships. This could be within a marriage or within a home. 4 of Wands talks about a celebration of a marriage. And look at walking away. 8 of Cups again. This is turning their back on the past. So I feel like you could have been kind of stuck maybe in an energy of replaying something, some sort of heartbreak or situation that happened in the past. I do feel like there is some sort of information for whatever this information is. It just feels like something that comes in quite quickly with the Knight of Swords to bring truth and clarity to a situation. And I feel like whatever that information is, it assists you and helps you in some way. It's almost like that. I feel like that validation of knowing you made the right choice in the decision. So 10 of Cups, 10, 10, endings, new beginnings. And I feel there's another cup, right? I feel like at one point you were feeling stuck, trapped, bound, couldn't necessarily see what was happening around you. I do feel at some point you did see this, recognize this, dealt with this accordingly. I feel like it was a heartbreaking situation that you dealt with, moving through this. I do see new opportunities showing up for you once you free yourself of the challenge of that mind, because I'm seeing all these swords. First it was all these cups, and now it's all the sword energy. So I'm feeling like whatever this heartbreaking situation was, and I do feel like with your feelings, your emotions within your relationships, I do feel like it took you from that space to that head space to where, overthinking, overanalyzing, really being challenged to see clearly or to know truth or that sort of thing. I feel like there, whatever this betrayal was, I do feel like it definitely took a toll or, had a great impact on you, but I'm seeing that it's time for you to be liberated from this, for you to really see the truth for what it really was. And, I don't even want to say forgive yourself, but I'm going to say forgive yourself for not knowing better and forgive others for, because that's better for you, right? You want to forgive others not so much for their benefit, but for your benefit, so you don't carry that low vibrational energy. So that's not sitting in your feelings and your emotions and in your mindset over that experience trauma. That's a way of healing. And I'm not sitting here saying you got to do it overnight, because I know better than that. But I do feel like this is something that you're looking at. Whatever this truth or energy is, this information that comes in for you, I really feel like there's some sort of validation you get from this, like just like that overall feeling of, wow, I didn't know then. I questioned myself. Did I make the right choice, decision, this, that, and the third thing? But I feel like this information really validates and hits that home for you, knowing that you did. And I feel like it frees you. I feel like it takes a lot of something off from your shoulders and off from your mind. And look at this. This is sweet. I love the magician, and it's being clarified by the Ace of Pentacles. So I feel like you're manifesting that new beginning. And when we talk about the energy at the beginning of this reading, it talked about where your energy is flowing. And I feel like this is that validation of you investing your time, energy, effort, nurturing and growing, evolving this Ace of Pentacles, this new beginning. There's the Page of Swords. So there is some sort of news that is coming in. Wow, look at this. Fantastic cards. There's a stack right here, but I'm not going to go through all of them because they split in my hand like this. But I feel this news or information gives you that validation and gives you, it almost feels like it gives you back your power, your flame, your passion towards this new beginning. I feel like this is where you have healed, and now you are manifesting, you are co-creating with the universe for this brand new beginning that's going to be quite stable, secure. King of Pentacles. Financial stability, it could be stability in your home, your family, your relationship, or if this is about a relationship, it could be where you're getting this new beginning or having this new beginning in a new relationship that is going to be solid, stable. Ten of Cups also out here. Happy, very, healthy, I feel, situation or experience. Let's pull one more card for the Eight of Cups. Give us some more clarity on this Eight of Cups. This moving forward, walking away. What is this Eight of Cups? What is this Eight of Cups? Tell us more about this Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups is the Three of Pentacles. Look at, I feel caution when I'm seeing this. I'm seeing the Queen of Cups on the bottom of the deck, and I'm feeling with this stoplight. With the Three of Pentacles, it talks about growth and expansion. And you see three lights here. You see like the go, stop, and caution is how I'm feeling this. And I feel moving forward, you may be a little bit more cautious, but I feel like you're going to be really more wise and evolved and ascended as to being able to discern where to go forward and where to stop, put the brakes on, and complete that out. I do feel like you're moving forward with, first of all, trusting your intuition, but I'm also feeling in that nurturing, loving, caring, kind way. That could have been something that you may have been struggling with for a minute here, right? Where that part of you kind of, I don't want to say bitter, but I'm kind of feeling like you're a little bit skittish as far as opening up, being vulnerable, allowing yourself to love and be loved. I feel like the judgment card is here. If this is about a relationship, I feel like this is you walked away from an unhealthy relationship, and now the judgment is for you to have that true divine counterpart and there be a celebration, because we did see the King of Pentacles and here is the Queen of Pentacles, and those are counterparts. So I do feel like if someone has moved away from a situation that wasn't healthy mentally, emotionally, hopefully not, but possibly even physically, for their higher and greatest good. I feel like they've really tapped into their strength and power in order to move themselves out of that situation. And maybe they've been hanging in limbo, healing from the betrayal, from the heartbreak, that sort of energy. And now they're ready to come back out, is how I'm feeling. They've replenished, they've refilled their cup, right? And they're getting themselves out of that confusion and illusion and distorted energy, and now moving towards the Nine of Cups. Both wish fulfillment cards have shown up in this reading. So I do see this leading you towards a major wish fulfillment. And I feel like the time frame and the timeline on this is all in according to the healing that you've done and where the wisdom that you've gained and the acceptance that you have connected with in order to move forward. So I do see this moving forward. I do see a new beginning. I do see you wiser, stronger, and still very nurturing, loving, kind, and caring at the same time. So I just feel like this is you coming out of that process, or, closing out a cycle and having one that had you going through a lot of healing when it comes to feelings, relationships, mindsets, all the above. So I hope this serves you well. I send you peace, love, and light. Have a great day.